outside. How you doing, man? How was the day?
Good.
Mm. Cham,
Chill day,
Adeleye
man.
Daniel. How you doing, man? Correct guy.
Why are you always drinking tea?
I don't know. I think it's just therapeutic for me. Every time I'm
Like
on live, I just
Adam should
yeah.
now sit down there. Monique will bring tea for him. He
That's
will
when
not
the
make
wife.
it. He won't make it
That's when.
now.
That's when the wife comes in.
He won't
Over.
make. Why are you wearing this tie?
I look like what I'm going through.
Sales guy. Mm.
God.
Adele,
I
when I
look
come
like what
to
I'm
Nigeria, I
going
hope
through.
I'm able to play you. He's a very good tennis player. He represents Nigeria. I think so. Very good, sharp tennis player.
Why really help?
Yeah, I've been getting these guys to play tennis, but they're not serious.
Tennis is for wimps. Real men play basketball or football.
That's when you are wrong.
Ah, fucking hell.
Emmanuel,
I swear.
read what
Mm.
Daniel just wrote.
What did he write? Emmanuel, the baby.
That's not how they spell babysitter. Somebody that went to school.
A master's degree
I'm
holder
telling
in
you.
biology and an engineer from Zaria.
Fucking
I'm
hell.
going to screenshot this and send to Professor Shima. Let him be proud of his son.
Send it to his office.
I have a fantastic recommendation for you guys. Have
Is that
any
movies?
Yes, TV show. Have you seen Beast Games
You
on Amazon
always
Prime?
seeing all these dead
No,
games.
no, no. This is fantastic. Like the production on this TV show is next level. Like Mr. Beast and whoever he's working with on the Amazon Prime
Okay.
side.
Yes. I saw the ads yesterday. Yeah, I saw
No.
the ads
Check
on
it
Amazon.
out.
Yeah, I saw it,
It's
but I
my
was just
sister
like,
that
Mr.
put me
Vision.
onto it. I thought it was just one random,
Mm.
bullshit,
Mm.
but it was really good. From the first episode, you are hooked.
Hmm.
There's no way I can talk about it without spoiling it. Try and watch it. Try and watch it.
I will definitely. Daniel, come on now. What good?
Daniel. Mm.
We'll do like that app that year during COVID time. What Clubhouse? Come up, Daniel. Come up. And if they want to put you down, they'll just bring that guy down. He talks too much. Sly,
Clubhouse.
what's going on?
Who is Sly?
Correct guy.
Sly
One of my one of
is
my
two.
one of my brothers.
It's two is Yoruba, abi?
Now Sly is a Kwebo.
It's two. It's two. So, Adams, why do you look like your day?
No, it's just I've been waking up 4:30 just to be able to make it in time for the gym and then also my work day. I'm trying to balance so many things all at once. And then the days that I can catch up on sleep, I end up watching TV shows like Beast Nation. So
Mm.
I'm seriously behind on sleep. I mean, a sleep deficit. I'll try and make up for it this
That's
weekend if I can.
gonna be hard this weekend.
I know
When I know your
my
itinerary
itinerary.
this weekend. It's gonna be hard to catch up on that sleep. I think it's just basically adulthood.
Yeah.
And then you think you go to bed early, and then something happens. You end up going to bed by like 10:30, 11, and then you have to wake up early again. Like I don't know how early is your early, but my early is like 4:30. You know, go to the gym, try to do a few things, and before you know it, it's work time. You go to the work, you knock off by like 5. You come back home again. The kids are like, "Daddy, daddy," and then
Wait,
that's another job
sorry.
entirely. It's just
Praise,
crazy.
you're up by
Mm?
4:30.
Yep.
What time do you go to bed?
I go to bed by like 11, 10.
Okay,
Depends. It depends on when Daniel sends me to bed because I like to just chat with him and play some
Play
games.
FIFA. You'll
You
collect
whoop
apps
your
from
ass.
him before you sleep.
I
All right,
know.
look, I
Daniel has
beg
not been
you.
very.
I want to keep today punchy. It's already 10 minutes past 9. So, Emmanuel, please post the topic. Believe you have life figured out. Normal level. Please post the topic, and then can I give you guys a small
Aliru.
spoiler for my TV for the recommendation for Beast Games?
What's
That's what I'm talking.
the recommendation?
What?
What is the
Now, I want to
recommendation?
give you something that happened in the show. Whether or not you watch it, do you mind? I'll give you a small spoiler.
You don't
So
have to, because I say
okay,
I'm gonna watch it. If you say
all
it
right.
It
now, it
doesn't
won't make
matter.
sense.
It does with Adam Stockham.
No,
Adam, don't worry.
Praise will not
Don't
die.
worry.
I'll
Don't
pause,
worry
man.
about
I'll
it.
pause. Watch it
Let
first.
me
Watch
let
it,
me
then
I'll
call me
watch.
emojis.
No
Like,
worry.
you should watch
Mm.
it. You would enjoy it. All
So
right.
now,
So
Praise,
He
I'll
doesn't
you don't
have
want.
Amazon Prime. He's looking for who to share
So
his logins. Go and subscribe.
so wait, Praise. Now you don't want him to say this thing because of you. Even Daniel wants
Definitely,
to hear it,
that's my guy. Who is Daniel? Go Daniel help.
and you, Adams, you don't want to say it
all
because
right.
Praise says
Let me
not say
ask
it.
you guys one question, right? If you were offered $1 million to not talk to your friends, let's just say us on this group, your closest friends. If you offered $1 million to not talk to us for 2 years, no, 5 years, would you take it?
Is that for me?
You can't talk to us. You can't engage. Any of you that want to answer.
If I'm offered $1 million,
$5 million.
not to even like
No, $1 million to not talk
on the phone
to your
or
best
like any
friends
kind of conversation.
for five
Oh, well.
years. You can't. Any form of communication is not allowed.
Oh, well, that's torture.
Bro, like if I don't take that money, you'll be angry with me.
But no, it's not about us being angry with yourself. It's you be going through that process. Are you sure you can like yeah? If you talk to them, what happens?
You lose the
They
money.
lose
You forfeit
the
it
money
all.
now.
I need that money. I'm
Honestly,
gonna
right?
to travel, go
Honestly,
some for how many
I
years?
need I need
Five
that
years.
money. I need that
Travel
money.
now.
I
I'm gonna
need that
start
money.
new
But
life somewhere.
no, not
After
even
5 years,
that.
I'll call you guys.
No, not even that, right? I will let you know what's going on somehow. I'll
Obviously, you're not
somehow
supposed to.
I'll somehow let you know, look, this is what is going on. Because you're my guy, are you gonna spill the tea?
Are you allowed to tell them what's going on?
To make new friends.
Exactly.
I go collect the money, but I'll go let you know. So this is what's going on. I'm not gonna fit talk to now. But
You're
anyway,
gonna
after 5
start
years
a
we'll
new
see.
life somewhere.
James, we know our value in your life with that now.
5 million. Even
No,
you will take
1
the
million for 5 years.
I can, one,
You
you think
1
1
mil
million is
can't
big money?
talk. You can't interact with your closest
for
friends.
5 years.
Yes.
Yes, I'll take the money.
Ini, you
I
really
don't
think
already take
wait, Ini, you really think the $1 million
Praise.
for 5 years?
I don't take the money. Don't worry yourself. Don't worry. We'll
Well,
talk after 5 years.
Ini go take
We'll
five
talk in
thousand
5
dollars.
years.
Ini go take $5,000 for 5 years.
We'll
You know,
talk
pull us talk
in 5
again.
years. But what if you end up blowing the money before 5 years?
You know,
Okay.
it's you now. You know, matter, but that's the clause.
So we'll just be waiting for you. Next 5 years, you'll come back and be like, "Oh yeah, let's resume where we left off." Hey, I will promote one tier
But,
two friend to take
but
your
that's the
position.
problem. Can you tell your friends that this is the issue and then you're not going to talk to them for 5 years? Or
You're
you
on the
just
spot.
disappear?
You're on the spot. They've offered you the money. You can't, from that moment, you say yes or no. If you say yes, then you take the money and you cut them off. You can't contact them. If there is any contact, you forfeit
But
the money.
you can make the $1 million by still being friends with your friends and living your normal life. Bro.
And that's what I mean. $1
How many
million
of your friends
doesn't
have you
it's
made
not
money
worth it.
in the last
Eh?
5 years?
$1
How many of
million
your friends
is
have
not that
helped you
But
make
the
money?
it's not that crazy for
problem
you
now
to
and
do that to your
again,
friends.
your mental well-being becomes a question, right? Because how do you cope in wherever you go? I feel like they know what they're doing because when they give you that money, you now start thinking of your friends more than you'd normally think of your friends. So even going to make new friends, you know that thing, like when they say don't do something, you now want to do that thing they said you should not do. I feel like it's one of those situations. But in this scenario now, you can't actually do that thing you want to do, even if you want to do it. So it's more painful. So I feel like you go through 5 years of torture, and in that 5 years, you won't do anything meaningful with that money because for the most part of it, you won't be happy spending the money. That's why I think I'm not 100% sure. But whoever is doing that has tested it and knows that it will not end well for the person that takes the money. Like that's the
Ini,
only reason why they're giving you the money in the first place. Because
you are very, very right. But I just want to address some people that are like, you can make new friends. It's just so sad how you just call the word friends loosely. Making friends and being friends with people that you call friends, these are two different. You can just make any kind of friend, but you have friends that, bro, you really cannot discard these guys. These guys are part of your body, not just they are your body, they are your skin. I don't think there is any day that
I
will
beg
pass that.
una dey lie.
But
All these lie
honestly,
people. I love my
No.
friend. Yes.
Adam, see, right? Adam, it's easier for you to say, I'm going to make new friends. But
Mm-hmm.
those guys that you call friends, are they calling you friend?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So you can say that's my best friend, but is your best friend your best friend? So this is not easy. So I wouldn't just say I'm just gonna take the $1 million. I'll go make new friends.
So
Friendship is
I
hard.
think, yeah, and praise.
You
I
know, like
think like
you rather go marry a new wife, and then you know that that's a wife, than for you to say I'm gonna make new friends. I think the hardest
Adam,
thing ever
I
is making
swear,
friends.
whoever is doing this shit
That's crazy.
knows
It would have
already
said,
that it's not going to end well.
yes, it would have said wife. It would have said wife.
They know
And a lot
it's
of
not
people would
going
be like,
to
oh,
end
I'm going to
well.
marry a new wife. You know what I mean? That's different. Friendship, especially
It's not
a
going
guy
to end
friend,
well.
is especially a guy friend and a guy friend, a girlfriend to a girlfriend,
So
it's very
I
hard.
was just thinking of something now, right? When you wake up in the morning, like for me now, I wake up, like if I'm saying if the things I'm grateful for, I like list them and say, oh God, thank you for this, thank you for that. I say thank you for like life, health. I mentioned friends, I mentioned family. I have never mentioned thank you for the money in my bank account.
Mm-hmm.
I've never mentioned it.
Mm.
So if you think about it, right, you just want to, as long as you're okay, you're living fine. Like I feel like at the end of the day, the people you surround yourself with becomes more important than almost every other aspect of your life, and that's why people pray for their friends and family more than any other thing.
Adam, make I even bust your head. Sorry, Adam, one day, Ini called me on the phone. Just out of the blues, he called me on the phone and said, praise God, thank God for my friends. And I'm like, Ini, say that again. Ini said, I thank God for my friends because my friends are not bad people. The people that I call my friends are good people, and I am a reflection of who I call my friends. And guess what? That point drove me home. Like
Okay.
he just
There's
you see it now. He
So
called me on the phone like out of the blues and said this.
So what
You
you
know, and
guys
then
are saying now, that means I'm very important in your lives. And I know they call me every day to appreciate me as your closest friend. Emmanuel, it's disappointing. So you see me as $1 million worth of value. That's what you're saying now with all these things. And you know they treat me like $1 million. If you hold $1 million for bag, they work out for school, you hold them like egg. You guard it with your chest. From tomorrow, I want to see new behavior. New behavior. Okay, one last question before we move into praises segment, right? Which is
oh
my
my
favorite segment of the
I
week.
beg. Before we close this, I only say it's really, really not happy with this. I beg, bring him on. Make it
No,
just spoil him for
no,
2 seconds.
this
Because
is for
it's
Daper
like
and friends.
he's got so much to say. He not be
Actually, I also
friend.
hear
He
what you
dey
want to
swear
say.
for his friends. The guy is not
I need
happy.
to address praise.
Only sir, I beg. No be your problem, I beg. Address your friends. Yeah, I'm not hungry. He said, "Who friends help?" He said, "Eight friends."
So, praise, when you think about it, right, and you see somebody saying who friends help, F friends, it now makes you to think back and be like, okay, actually, true, you should be grateful for the friends you have, because you would not say F your friends.
I was saying that maybe only say problems. I little know now. We never someone like that to abandon our friends for 1 million. What happened? How much be really this 1 million? Well, like 5 million, I'm not gonna abandon my friends. I do love my friends.
5 million. Okay.
See,
My
Okay.
friends go travel from Sydney, come track me for
me,
Cuba. You know what's even that love? Stress themselves.
$5 million. I cannot say what I would or wouldn't do, but what I'm very, very sure of is the person giving you the money knows it's not going to end well. It
You
can
see,
never end well. I'm very sure.
that's why I am recommending this show, because money, it brings out a side in you that you never knew you had. You see people emotional, mental stress, everything. That game, and whoever came up with it they did a fantastic job. That's my top recommendation of the year.
I beg.
Hmm.
I only say, I beg. I not been say I go feel replace my wife, with 100 million. I no fit replace her. I was just saying for context for other people. I was just expanding the context. I did not specifically say it for me. Do you understand? So it was just context. I was just putting it in context. I beg,
Oh my
just
God.
you can go back. This is gonna be posted. Go back and listen to it. My woman knows now. Like
Don't worry, the
nothing
comments
if you
comments
replace her.
don't appear.
No worry yourself. So I'm
See,
yeah,
praise
for
the
context.
explain himself. He don't want to go face. He
You know
doesn't
that
want to
because
sleep in
because
the doghouse.
the way he's moving only say I know how big.
Very, very quick disclaimer.
Oh my God.
But anyway,
Oh
let's
man,
move on. What's going on?
Jesus.
Okay, well, sorry, because this it looks like people like this gist, right? One more before we move on. just one more. There was an episode in Mr. Beast Games where there were three people in a room, right? And he gave them 5 hours, and in that 5 hours, they had to agree to evict one person so the remaining two can continue in the game. Now, if within that 5 hours nobody leaves, all three of them get evicted. Do you understand? So either one person leaves in 5 hours, or all three of them get evicted. If all three of us were in that room, me, you, Praise, Emmanuel, who is leaving?
Well, one person has go, we will collect that money.
Yes.
It's just to agree for one person to
Definitely.
win.
It's
It's
only
just
one
an
winner,
agreement. It's not an agreement.
Sorry,
If there's
one
an
person
agreement.
has to get evicted and then the other to get the money.
The
right?
other to continue in the game, not even get the money. There's
Oh,
no
they
guarantee.
just continue in the game. At that point, I think we need to pick who the people that will proceed the most in the game will have to stay, and then the one that knows that more he can't continue has to get out of the room.
That's what I'm saying. So out of three of us now, who's dropping out?
Depends on the kind of game. Honestly, if it involves, it just depends on what kind of game we're playing.
That's why the game that's the game. There's no strategy to it. It's not physical. It's not mental. It's just a bit of luck and random elements.
Now, what kind of game?
If it's athletic now,
yeah.
I don't want to drop out because I don't trust any of you. If it involves something that you have to be very ruthless and make some kind of very harsh decisions, I'll kindly leave the room and then let two of you proceed. So we have there has to be context. If it's to go and contest in something that involves talking and all that, I will leave the room again. Let two of you go. So you see, right there's stuff that I know that I just know you guys do better than me, and I'll just leave the room. So I think it will be an easy decision. You wouldn't be very very.
That's true. I'm just picking up on it.
It'll be
now.
easy.
Daniel just said something very important. It's interesting that you think you're athletic.
I
more
am
athletic than both of us.
I am. I know.
Oh, why? What sport are you playing? Adam managed to play football. Adam managed to play basketball. Adam managed to play tennis.
But I play all of
the only thing
I play all three.
What do you mean? It's only tennis. It's only tennis that you play, and I'm the one forcing you to play tennis.
All right.
You don't even have a reliable. You don't even have a reliable. All of us, aside from me, two of you, and I don't even get reliable knee.
Athletics now 0.
Now only me, I know I will get better knee.
Oh my God.
When I need a shake. Oh God.
Oh my God.
Praise, can you give us trendy topic? Have you trending news?
9:24 already.
I swear, before we have limited time for our
I know this. I'm just gonna say maybe I would maybe one or two, but the one that is just being talked about in Nigerian social media right now is an alleged gospel singer that beheaded the girlfriend.
What?
Yes, in Nasarawa. Well-dressed guy, no tattoo, no piercing, gospel singer.
Wait,
behead the girlfriend.
Sorry, which part is the alleged? The fact that he's a gospel singer, or the fact that he beheaded the girlfriend?
The guy has not convicted.
The guy has confessed, but he's not convicted yet. He's confessed, but I mean, you call it alleged because just part of the law. Yeah. The interview was very crazy. As the guy got interviewed by channels. He got interviews by Rise TV.
I don't understand. It's like we have a serial killer or something.
No, guess what? Because
Like,
it
how
was
are
just
they
very
interviewing
funny.
him?
Guess what he said? Like, it was just funny because why did you behave this girl? Channel TV, he said he found the girl cheating, invited the girl to the house. The girl said he doesn't have transport money, and I did it. In Arrest TV, he said the girl came and he said the girl said that she's hungry. He went out to cook Indomie for her, and I did it. Like it was just the guy brain no balance. He was just saying different things, but I did it.
Was he in handcuffs or anything?
Obviously, it was now.
Oh,
You
okay.
know,
But that's some
it's just,
nasty
it's just,
shit,
it's
man.
just, it just, it was just very sad. And a lot of people, human rights activists, nobody's obviously no one is happy for what happened. But again, when a that obviously took me to the discussion that we've had last year where we said, Nigerian parents wouldn't appreciate their son or whoever to have dreadlocks and to draw tattoos because you represent a typical bad guy, bad boy. But this guy, clean. Even a gospel singer did this kind of thing. You know what I mean? These are things that we've seen or we've heard bad guys, cultists, typical bad boys, or Yahoo, all these sort of boys to do, not this kind of guy. So the bone of contention is if this
What
kind of
a
clean guy can do this to a church girl, two of them are very churchy, then who are you to really trust? So the women's species, as in the women are in trouble because who you go really trust, you know? So that's just one big news that is just very trending and it's just sad.
so
That is crazy.
I don't like
That
when
and
we treat situations like this and put it one-sided.
what do you mean? Oh, you want to
You
ask now
know,
what did she do?
no, it's not even what did she do, sir.
Okay.
Like, you know that girl that poisoned those guys? The girl that
In
went,
Benin,
that
right?
exactly, she cooked
Mm.
she wanted to poison the boyfriend because he broke up with her. She
And the
cooked
person
for
the
his friends,
friends.
and then the friends came and ate the food and died. And then the boyfriend did not even die. See
Our
that?
wife, the
Okay.
friends where they call him our wife.
So my
You run
problem
them street.
now is that the babe that did this thing, there's this other girl on Twitter that has been posting stuff about like men are useless, kill them, blah 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 blah, other kind of stuff. And this girl follows that girl, and she's retweeting all these things that this girl says, right? And now this girl has gone to kill those guys. Okay. Then I think 2 weeks later, and that girl poisoned her dad or something, and then killed the guy also. Same thing again. They went to go and trace again too. They're all following each other. But there's but the story has died. There was no outrage. There was nothing. So I feel like if we focus on, oh, women are not safe. No, nobody is safe, right? If you cannot treat it as a problem, as a societal problem from both sides, you would never ever come to any solution. And that's how again people like Andrew Tate rise up. When you ignore one group of people and you're saying this, the Andrew Tate comes out and says the opposite of what
Mm.
everybody's thinking. And everyone is like, yeah, he's right. But then as he's saying that opposite, he will now join plenty bullshit inside that thing he's saying. And now form one very crazy, I don't know, following or something. So yeah, so that thing you said, like it's good, but at the same time, it's, I don't know. Like I saw on the news yesterday, 36-year-old woman got impregnated by a 12-year-old in America. Where's the outrage? And it's very common now that 16 years, 12 years are getting these women pregnant, and then the women are going to jail. But there's no outrage from anywhere, right? Everyone just keeps quiet. But when it happens to a woman, it's like everyone goes crazy and they're like, oh, men, we need to do better. No, everybody needs to do better. Like, it's not about what did he do or what did she do. How did they get to that point? The men doing this thing, who raised them? It's not the same father, mother, man and woman that raised them. So is it not society that raised those people to do that thing they did? Do you get my point?
Mm.
So what I'm just trying to say is that, like, we should not
It's a pandemic.
cherry pick when these things happen. When it's a man that does it, we're like, oh, men should do better, women are not safe. And then when a woman does it, we just act like, nothing has happened. But in reality, nobody's safe. But anyways, let's move
No,
on
no, sorry.
to
Before you move on,
yeah.
before you move on, I I don't support outrage machine.
Mm,
So if something happens, where's the outrage? Where's the outrage? Then there will be outrage for every single thing. And then justice will not be able to prevail the way it should prevail. Justice
mm,
will not be prevailing based on satisfying the outrage machine. Which one is louder,
mm,
right? So if somebody does something illegal and they are
mm,
caught, they should go and face justice.
mm.
The court should handle it. If it's a civil issue, civil court. If it's blah blah blah, the whatever court, arbitrary court. If it's financial or the different courts.
Mm-hmm.
But that's outrage. Where's the outrage? It's bullshit. It's now negative.
So
People have bastardized outrage.
when I say outrage, maybe I just misused the word. What I mean is like when we try to condemn it publicly, right?
Mm-hmm.
It should be done regardless of gender. We like to make all this thing about gender,
Okay.
but in reality,
Yeah.
everything happening in every society is because that society has created the environment for that thing to occur. That's the only reason why it happens. And if they treat it as a gender issue, they are isolating it to one part of society, right? And you would never fix it. So when I say outrage, I just feel like condemn it publicly, like you would condemn any other issue if just a man or a woman that did it.
Like, because I remember when that thing came up,
Mm.
when that Edo girl did what she did, a lot of people, notable people, condemned it, but I wouldn't know the extent at which that went, because I mean nobody's speaking about it
So
now.
I think
Excuse me. So when
mm,
you say outrage,
mm.
who will be the guy or the lady or
So
a public commentator to talk about this that will make sense to you?
so I can give you an example of what I mean.
Daper.
I'll give you Chris Brown, right? Chris Brown is a good
Mm.
example. They've come out, they found out that Chris Brown really didn't do most of the things they said Chris Brown did. Most of the things they've accused him for. They found out that like there was blame on both sides. And I don't want to go into any details, but you can go and check about Chris Brown's story. You can go and check all the footballers that have been accused of rape that did not even do anything. Their careers have gone, right? Everything's gone. And all they get is an apology from the club. That's it. But when they were accused, it was everywhere. It was all over the
It's
news.
just I think
So
it's just a
that's
Western
what I'm
thing.
saying.
I get you, right?
Is
Like
it?
who's gonna bail the cat?
It's
You
not
know,
it's not a
I
Western
don't know
thing. I think it's
because
everywhere.
no, I think let's just say it's everywhere, because like girl children are always very protected
Mendy,
than even the male
thank
ones.
you. Mendy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're always very protected. So once you are being accused, it is assumed that you've done it, and it's very sad. You can be accused and be alleged for whatever for 5, 10 years. When they get to do the case and know that this was a wrong whatever, like you've said for 10 years, there's nothing really. Everybody just moves on. That is sad. I think it's just policy needs to change, because the person that accused you comes out after 5, 10 years and say, "Oh, I wrongfully accused this guy." What is the penalty
And
for
no
that
consequence.
person? And no consequences. That's the issue.
There's
That's the problem.
nothing.
That's
There's
why
nothing.
these guys
There's
see
nothing.
that's the problem. And
There's
if a
nothing.
man should accuse a woman, it doesn't hold more water, because they will now use gender now and be like, does it even make sense for a woman to, let's just use the word rape now, for a woman to rape a man? You know what I mean? So I think it's just the whole legal system and whatever it is, it's just systematic issue that needs to be changed. And this hasn't been changed since when Jesus Christ was 2 years old. And it's playing out now, and it's just a shame.
This guy,
Honestly,
what
it's
brought
since,
Jesus Christ
but
age into this?
it's been since the days of John the Baptist. This has been the problem. No, okay, who's gonna bail the cat? That's the thing. Who's really gonna bail the men? No,
About today's topic, I
no.
think topic, we're talking about another thing entirely.
That's the perfect segue. So
It's
from
just it
from
is. It is.
somebody killing his
I mean, like
girlfriend.
when I read about that case, I felt very, very bad. I felt ashamed, because at the end of the day, it doesn't look good on even the body of Christ. If you want to go that route, it doesn't look good for the society. It doesn't look good anywhere else. And then you get to interview the guy. There was no rumors there. Like there was just, if you watch the interview, you'll be like, so why? And
Look, I have to be
I don't
honest,
know.
right?
I
I think,
don't know, man.
like, let's be honest to ourselves. The people that go to church in Nigeria, are they really good people? Like, just be honest with yourself. Are they good people?
How do you quantify good people? Like, how do you measure good?
Praise, do you remember that other woman that the husband beat her till she died? Sinak or something. What's her name?
That gospel singer now. Like
Uh-huh.
one Igbo woman. She used to sing, yeah.
Uh-huh. So something like that happened. It's not inside church it happened.
Not like
It
inside
is the
church, but
church it happened now.
body
No,
of,
but
yeah,
it's
just,
like
yeah.
they're both church members. Like when I say inside the church, I mean these people.
Not just church members, though. Tongue-speaking Christians.
Exactly. So it
Tongue-speaking.
happened in the church, right? The church was aware of that marriage. They were aware of everything, but it happened. That's what I'm saying. So how did he get to that point that he killed her? Again, if it was good people in that church, I feel like at some point somebody would have done something. I genuinely think that if you look at how our pastors are close to politicians and how the politicians are comfortable coming to the church to donate stolen money, then you would now ask yourself, okay, so this guy stole the money. He's coming to put it in your church. You're not questioning him. You're accepting it. You're praying for him. You're thanking God for the money, knowing fully well that he's stealing from people's mouth to come and put it inside a church. And you're okay with it. Like you're very okay with it. And the church members are also happy that the politician is in that. It's a member. So when you look at the whole thing, it's like, what are they really doing? They think they're doing something, but what
It's
they're
not
doing
just,
is not what they're doing.
funny enough, right?
So,
Again, I would just blame the society, because you know why? Every society, every leader is the reflection of the society.
yeah,
That's just how it is.
that's
If
fine.
you are in a society that holds their leaders responsible, you will see that cannot happen in the Western country. Say for Australia, for example, Hillsong has like politicians. A politician goes to Hillsong and donates $500,000. How is this? You know what I mean? Like it's gonna raise alarm. But in
Guys,
Nigeria,
they
we are
cannot collect
bragging.
it.
They
What do you
cannot
mean they
even collect
cannot
it.
collect it? No, I disagree with you.
Because, do you know, when I say they cannot, I mean because they don't want the backlash that it will come with. It's
Because
better to not
yes.
even accept it. It's better to not accept it.
Because they will investigate.
Eh?
If a politician in this country, when I'm booked, I think flew a private plane or maybe business class or something, and guess what? They had to. I think he or she resigned or something. When I remember that just now, I think 2 years ago or something.
You see, you
Went
people are the
for.
problem. You people are
Yeah.
society. You have topic in front of you. You're talking about something else, and you're blaming society for their bad behavior. And you're displaying bad behavior in HD. Which will be the highest resolution? 5K.
Oh my god! Oh my god! All right, let's go to the
Yes.
Let's go to the topic.
At least we
It's
have
already
20
9:40.
minutes now.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Daper TV show. Today's topic is love language. What is important to you? So with here
Oh my
we
god!
have
Take this question.
our amiable speakers. People that you obviously see on your screen with us. We have Big Daddy.
Come on.
Big Daddy, the only Big Daddy in town. Had a chat with
Eternal.
him this afternoon, and he was like, "I'm tired of Big Daddy. If someone is gonna offer him $10 million, he's gonna relinquish the name." I'm
I'm
like,
going to
nobody
auction
is gonna,
the title.
nobody is gonna make this name the way it is, regardless of who. So it just fits you. So
I'll trademark the name in Australia, so then you cannot use it.
It is what it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, Big Daddy.
Better go and trademark it. I'm telling you now. Look, it's very small. Before you know it, somebody will make Big Daddy burgers, and then you cannot.
It already exists.
See, the thing is that, right, Big Daddy has always been in existence before even Adam took the name. But the thing is that, right, if the other guys that are answering Big Daddy are their Big Daddy. So Big Daddy is not just a title. It comes with a flair. It comes with swag. It comes with how you move. You know what I mean? Like, it comes with that kind of thing. So we no care about who don't trademark the name. That's not their papa business. Now our guy be Big Daddy.
They no get level.
Oh
Anyway,
boy.
so the other speaker, obviously, a brother and friend,
Our
super tech
charity
guy.
case.
I know, right? Crypto
Stop
millionaire.
na the craze.
He's
I no
got
be
a
crypto
countdown. He got a
millionaire.
count.
Oh. Abeg oh.
He's got a countdown in his room, in his
I'm
bathroom,
broke. I no get
kitchen,
money.
everywhere. And it's every day he's calling me on the phone and telling me it's 5 days. 5 days to when Trump
It's
is coming
5 days
in.
though.
You know?
It's 5 days.
Yeah.
The orange
He believes so much
man.
in Trump, not because of what he's gonna do for America, because of what the cryptocurrency is gonna do.
5 days. But Adam, but be honest, the news will become more interesting.
Wait
What?
now, make I finish my introduction now. Anyway, this is the kind of person that he is. This is the kind of person that he is. He just cut in and just introduced himself without even being introduced properly. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Ini. And me, I'm very humble. Praise. All right, let's
You
get
not
into
put the
the
title Alhaji
conversation.
Praise.
So,
Allergy.
they call me Alaji Praise. Let's get straight into the conversation. So, love languages. Love languages, what is important to you?
I think
All right.
a good place to start is breaking down the love languages, and scientists and women on social media will tell you is, I think it's 4 or 5, as acts of service, gift giving, physical touch, and quality time. I don't know if I missed anyone.
I think
What else did I
that's
miss?
it.
Yeah.
I'm
Words of
like,
affirmation. Words of affirmation. That's the last
why would
one.
you miss that one? That's the.
That's the number one.
I know.
It's their Bible. And the interesting thing is, not just for women, like people now these days, because they know all these things, they want all in relationships. So they want their partner to be able to give them all. And then you now say, guy, man, if you cannot fulfill all those things, you are caught lacking. So you see how that guy now that killed his partner, the one you were talking, beheaded his partner. Sorry, I'm laughing.
Just
This
use
guy
the
is
word
laughing.
by.
Like you're going to ban this channel or what?
Just say the word by.
I don't know why I'm laughing. It's because she cheated on him. You see, that's where people take love to chess level, where it's like we die here. Instead of him to move on, carry on with his life. By her cheating on him, she don't prove say she doesn't want again. Somebody else is giving her quality time, her physical touch that she likes.
Why
I
is the
need
laugh
to
for
stop
serious
laughing.
matter?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for laughing. So
You don't care about the babe.
no.
Oh my God.
That's not the reason. It's not even about them, right? It's just about the whole situation and what people want. So now, for all those things, now you have to compatibility comes into question, right? You want these things. That means you need to pair with somebody that is willing to give these things or has the ability to give these things. How do you validate that this person is ready to give? Because when I see all these love languages, I see it mostly is receive, receive, receive. Now, most people that want it, are they giving? How do you validate these things? And I know, Praise, this is your strong suit. This is something that you've spoken a lot about in terms of your love language, even in friendship. So I'll pass it on to you to help us discover how we
Yes, sir.
can bridge the gap of compatibility when it comes to love languages.
That question has A, B, C.
It has layers.
Oh, thank you so much for our viewers that are here. So I think it's just love is a very beautiful thing, number one. It can be very simple, and it can be very difficult. It depends on how you want to show it, how you want to present it. And again, it depends on who you are giving that to. You need to know what that person likes, what that person loves. If you do the opposite, that's gonna cause a problem. I think first of all is for you to know the language of whoever it is that you are dating. Like my friend Adam. Adam doesn't care about physical touches. He doesn't care about words of affirmation. You know, he just likes gifts. He just loves it. Just gift him. Take him out for dinner, give him food, come to the house, give him some sort of gifts, that makes sense to him. Like Ini, for example, he's a very simple guy, he doesn't really care about anything. What he just cares about, just genuine love, just those small things. Even if you go to his house and even clean, he will even appreciate you better than if you give him like maybe a new gig or a new shoe, for example. Like I've given him the shoe, he has not even spoken about it, but I've taught him how to cook. He's everywhere on the social media saying about it. So yeah, he likes that's his own thing. But with me, for example, I just love that words of affirmation. I just like just tell me that good. Just do small things. Just tell me how great of
Good,
a friend
good,
I am to you,
good.
and that makes sense to me. I think it's just for you to like someone like Daniel, for example. That's a very toxic guy. Daniel loves. Daniel don't even care. Give that the even I go see cost your papa tomorrow. So, so that you don't even get nothing. Just be there and pick his
Oh my
call.
God.
Daniel should call you pick. If you should call that, like that's just it. Just love is a very charity person and just respect him for just who he is. He's big on respect. I think that's what it is. It's just for you to really understand the other person and then be able to reciprocate in that sense to the person. I think that is just what it is.
Okay, thank you, Emmanuel.
Hmm.
Me, I have a question for you.
Okay.
So when I hear physical touch, me, what
Hmm.
I'm hearing is sex. That's what I believe. I know some people say it's hand holding and all those, blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah blah. But I feel like ultimately in a serious committed relationship, it comes down to sex, sex compatibility, and sex conversations, all those kind of things. And sex is more or less like a taboo in today's world. Most people are uncomfortable talking about money and talking about sex. And these are, I feel like, things that are very important to our lives that we need to have more conversations about. So
So,
if
sorry,
you, yes, go ahead.
question before you finish. When
Mhm.
you say people are uncomfortable talking about it, are you saying like people in relationships?
Generally, in or outside of relationships.
Huh?
So you see, are you comfortable talking about sex, first
Not,
of all?
not on Instagram Live.
Okay, what situations are you comfortable
With
talking
you
about it?
guys, maybe, yes.
I don't think so. Not even in with your friendship groups. But you see, that's what we are trying to do, right? We're trying to demystify all these things. And that's what
Mm.
Daper is doing for the world. Because we know that most people are uncomfortable talking about it in their private groups, then even more uncomfortable talking about it on a live platform like this, where what you're saying can easily be misconstrued, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you go on the internet and you see women say they want to be choked, slapped, and all those things, and it puts pressure on people like you. You are a
Yes,
gentle guy.
yes,
You see.
yes, 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 yes.
So, how would you navigate that kind of conversation, talking about what you want, and also at the same time understanding what she wants and trying to meet somewhere in the middle?
Okay. Okay. I think actually we don't have that conversation most of the time, right? You, it's like you try different things and see what they respond to. That's what mostly happens. However, some
The women seem excited for this.
some
Continue.
women would actually tell you like, "Oh, that thing you did, do it again," and you're like, "Oh, okay, so you like this," and they'll say, "Oh, yes, I like that one," and then you now keep. If it's choking, you do it. But now, I think where the pressure comes in for somebody like me is that my natural instinct is actually not to choke someone. so, so the things that women like for me now, most of I'll say what I've seen so far, most of the things that women actually like, they don't like boring sex, right? They don't like missionary, they like you to spank, they like rough, they just like you to dominate them. And for me, that's a lot of work and effort. Those things don't come naturally before them saying domestic sex. What the fuck is that?
Domestic
So,
violence. Yeah.
so most of them say they want to dominate them and do it, and it involves choking, spanking, flipping, like all that kind of stuff. Sometimes guys just want to have sex and then move on. So,
Oh, network.
No. Ivanga called me. So she says not all
I
women.
don't
Oh,
like
now
violence.
they've taken it already now to another level.
No, they're
Meanwhile,
telling
but
now they're telling you what they like. So this is where
okay,
communication
I
starts
don't
from.
like. Okay, sorry, both of you. What I meant was just speak. Oh
But,
my god.
but
Okay. Anyways,
don't worry about the comments.
uh-huh.
Just speak.
So basically, I just
Based
said
on your
like,
experience, just
but
speak based on your
based
experience
on what I've
and
seen, right? Most of them they like that kind of stuff, and even on Instagram, like you see all that stuff, right? It's not like our moms. Our moms are different from this generation. Probably this girl saying speak for yourself and you like violence sex. These girls that will not be giving BJ and doing all that kind of stuff too. They're not freaky. So if you meet freaky girls, if you meet freaky girls, right, then that's what's going to happen. And I think when Adam says that conversation, most people are not comfortable having it. I actually think it's because most of the work is being put on the guy. So you hear women say stuff like, "I want him to bring out the bitch in me," right? Why can't you just be the bitch and he be the guy? Do you understand? Choke me hard, things that really hurt. So, but
Emmanuel, honestly, I think that's why this issue now is a big
yeah.
problem that nobody's really talking about. That's why men are dying young.
So
That's why
apart
we are
from
losing
Chris,
soldiers.
even apart
because of
from
it,
like,
because the pressure now, honestly, is you see a lot of this sex enhancement medication everywhere on the internet now. You see, this one is producing this bitter, this one is producing this bitter. In short, if any man see what I weigh just the this small, the first question now that it work because they already the things say nah, they're not really the things say na bola solution. As it's just
but
crazy. The
uh,
pressure now is crazy, and because a lot of people, and this is very funny, right? Especially when you don't really have much to offer, you want to impress that girl in that sense so that make she fit come back again.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Is
And then
if
you
you are
go
broke,
just go.
it's broke men that used to
It's
do all
but
these
broke, man.
things.
That's the thing. If you
I
don't
swear,
have, if that's the only if that's the only thing you have to offer,
but
you have to stay 100 on that.
I,
And it's sad.
I keep saying it, and I will stand by what I'm saying. Right? If you are in a relationship with a woman that truly loves you, I swear you don't need all these drugs. Legit, you don't need all these drugs. Secondly, if you have had too much experience with people, and she has also had too much experience with people, right? That's when people start using all these things. That's when the need for all these things starts to arise. But if it's just maybe not too much experience, both of you, in most cases, I honestly think the woman will be now broke. Like,
But the things are right. That's why it's always advisable. It's always very advisable for two people to marry as virgins because there's no experience anywhere.
Stop it.
no, no, no,
Stop it.
Prince.
I
But
won't.
No, no,
I
no,
won't.
no,
You can't.
but that's
Stop
the
it.
truth. If
Stop
two
no, but
it.
virgins are
no,
if two
Prince,
I can't
virgins
allow you
if two
say this
virgins
Prince,
get
nonsense.
married
Prince.
if two virgins get
Yeah,
married now, for example, there's no pressure because there's no previous experience. What experience are you talking about?
Prince.
So
Seen, you've
whatever you
not
get,
seen,
that's what it is.
you've not seen the
That's what it is,
interview of
100%.
the guy and his wife that got married and they didn't have sex for 6 months because the concept was not there, and they had to go to counseling in church and they had to explain to them how to have sex.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
and they're
It's no,
adults,
it's
right?
I
true.
They're
No, no, no,
adults.
no, no.
They're
Adams,
they're adults,
Adams.
because you
It
saw it
happened. It's not,
because you
bro.
saw it on TV, you think it's real?
Not even
What do you mean?
TV. These are just
From
Facebook gist.
the
They can
age
happen
of
anywhere. You cannot read
no,
anything in the
stop
same way. It's
stop
just
it,
Facebook
stop
gist.
it. Mona,
okay,
don't
but
stop
okay,
sounding
but
uninformed.
so but let's not go
Hmm.
into that. So back to what Praise said that two virgins should get married. For
Don't
me,
forget
I wouldn't
what Praise is saying. I want to hear
I
what
wouldn't
you are saying and how you handle things like this. Okay, let me give you another
but
handle it.
perspective, right?
but
Yeah.
that's
How,
the
how
solution now.
What
wait,
Adam, that's the solution.
is
perspective?
that your solution?
That's
I want to
What?
know how
what
Emmanuel,
the solution.
how you
That's what the
manage
solution is.
sex in a relationship. I'll give you another angle or perspective to think about it, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
know how your software after a while it need update. So how do you update how do you update your software? How do you learn new skills, new tricks? How do you keep it spicy?
I think
The
how
internet
do
is
you
a great
learn?
tool, my friend.
So I think if I've learned one thing, it's not about even the internet because what you see on the internet, all women are not the same, right? Everybody responds differently to different things. So I think how I try to keep things spicy is over a period of time, right? While you've been someone long enough, there are instances where you've done something and you got a reaction, and then you just keep it in your head, right? But you're aware of it, and okay, this person likes XYZ. But it doesn't mean that XYZ happens every time. So you have to know a bunch of things that somebody likes and then be sprinkling it around as you go. That's how I think you can keep things spicy. But the best solution would just be to talk to the woman and say, hey, what do you like? What do you want? And then most times, if you actually make them feel comfortable, they'll tell you what they like. So I feel like the best solution is to talk to them and ask what they like. For me, I've had that conversation once or twice, and it was helpful, and it saved me the stress of guesswork. So I don't. Yeah, that's my solution to the problem. Answer to your question. I hope I answered the question.
No, it's not for me. Me, I know what to do. It's for the audience.
So yeah, so that's I think that's how I go about it. The best solution is to have a conversation with the person. It's just that, again, back to what I said before, right? Most women want the guys to figure things out, but sometimes guys are just like, I want to just come and go, and then you're telling me to be figuring all this shit out with you. So it's easy to just split the work 50-50. You know, you can find out blog VLC can tell
Can't you
you
read in your mind?
I
These are
don't,
primary school
this
students.
is always my issue with this guy. Like, he's slow to read,
ADHD.
he's slow to come. What's the
I like
problem?
to read it now. I like to read now. What just read? You can each other be freaky. See, communication, exploring each other's body and paying attention to what you respond to.
Really,
Exactly
come on,
what I said.
just read in your mind
A lot
now.
of times,
True.
people like to give, and me, I'm also guilty of it, right? People like to give generic advice and say generic things. Communicate. For somebody who doesn't even know where to start from, how do you communicate? For somebody who even doesn't know what they want, they won't even know how to communicate what they like to you because they've not tried many things, right? Praise gave an example of people marrying as virgins. Now communicate where they won't start from. And then all the guy knows is what he has seen in porn. That's the unfortunate truth, because his friends are not talking to him. His father did not teach him anything. All he knows is porn. He will now come to the house and he will spit on his wife's face and be expecting it to excite her. And she's like, what the fuck? He's like, hey, but the other girl in the TV, as they spat on her, she was like, yeah.
Problem.
So, problem. Which is why we are here to help you. So you not go and spit on your partner.
So, why I'm
Again,
saying this?
big
But wait,
disclaimer, us, we know what to go. It's just for you guys. As Samu said.
Adam, wait, but when you say spit on someone's face, right? Like,
or go buy handcuffs. One come the deal.
So I think if, like you said, if you're with someone who has zero experience, in all honesty, you can't disappoint someone who has zero experience. Everything is a good experience for them because they've never done it before. So most of it will be good for them.
Sorry.
Adam,
okay.
Most of it will be good experience for them.
No.
And it's because
for continue.
Wait,
what are they comparing to?
Adam,
Yes,
that's
the
the
measure?
thing. Adam, that was what I said previously. There's no previous experience. So what is really the yardstick? What's the
baseline?
Yeah, that's the thing. What's the baseline? Adam, what's your problem with virgin? Let's start from there.
Yes, let's start. What's your problem with virgin?
See, your body, puberty, there's things that happen in your body that are out of your control. It's not you controlling it. You just know that you like this, you don't like that. There are some things you are allergic to. Some people that have milk intolerance, they drink milk, lactose intolerance. So for virgins or whatever the case may be, if you don't enjoy something, forget your lack of knowledge. You know that you don't enjoy it. Somebody can give you snail, and it might be the first time you're having snail, and you're like, ew, I don't like this. Because you've not had it doesn't mean you will enjoy it. Do you get my point? So you are assuming now that because the person is a virgin, they don't have anything to compare it to, that your poor performance will be good enough. It's a lie. It's a lie.
Adam,
where the girls? One girl should
Adam,
join this call and confirm.
Girls
right.
will tell you. I have plenty female friends. I have sisters. So they talk. They will, you will know when you're not satisfied, right? Even if you eat 2 biscuits, if your stomach is still empty, you will know. So even a virgin, she will know when they never scratch the itch. It's the truth.
Let's bring Daniel
I'm
up.
still trying
Daniel.
to figure out what
Me,
it,
me,
like
me, me,
how.
me, me, and
We
Daniel married as virgins. Bring Daniel up.
no, we don't need to
Make
talk
Daniel.
about your personal
You
life,
know,
but
like
we'll
Daniel.
continue
No,
this.
because that's the only comparison now. Daniel, please come up. Because me and Daniel
If
don't
Daniel,
talk about
if
this thing.
Daniel should join this live, you see that rain that fell this morning. Tomorrow there'll be flood. If Daniel should join this live, but Adam,
Daniel prove him wrong.
back to what you said. I disagree still. I
Okay.
think the virgin goes on to, like, Adam. Even the guy has nothing to compare to. If he's a virgin and he just does it for the first time, there's nothing to compare to. So he's like, wow, that was very good. But maybe there's something better. And then he meets someone else, she blows his mind and it's like, oh wow, so women can do this. Then he has something to compare to. But I just don't think, come on, it's like your first time visiting Thailand. You enjoyed it, right? Every single new place you went to, you enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you enjoyed it the same way the second time?
Absolutely.
You think so?
I know so.
No, but you have something to compare to now. It could be better, it could be worse.
True.
You have something to compare.
So me, I have a baseline that is my guiding North Star. That baseline now, I know what to go and do in Thailand again to ensure that I enjoy my second visit to Thailand.
But that baseline was created from the first visit.
Yes, absolutely. So
So
that means
how
now,
is
go
continue.
ahead. No. You see, topics like this and they can go on forever, but we are 2 minutes over time, and there's just one thing I want to add to it because I know now we can ramble and we're getting into subjective
As a virgin,
spaces, right? Talking
I can't
about
speak for myself.
you are
Parents a
praised.
virgin.
You know, say that always the guilty ones they first rush.
I mean, I've sent her invites. Let's bring one virgin on board. Let's hear what she has to say.
Bring Virgin
The truth
Shaz.
is,
Make she go.
like I said, most people will be comfortable
Make
talking
she
I'm
in
a
go
the
sleep
virgin
for
comment
different
section.
though.
None of them will want to come and talk about it.
No, topic where is Sharon, no worry
But
yourself.
wait, okay, wait, but
Virgin
the virgin.
Atlantic. Anyway.
I beg, I have a question. So wait, so you're saying that even guys, among guys don't, but guys talk about sex now. Like guys talk about, like they lie about they last for 4 hours, they last for 2 hours. Guys talk about these things, they lie about it,
But
but they talk about it.
that's not the meaningful conversation now. That's
What's the
just
meaningful one?
like what we're doing now. That's meaningful. Those ones is just lie. Oh, I'm a virgin. Oh, I lasted 2 days. Oh, I lasted 6 hours. All those things. That doesn't help promote positive, enjoyable physical touch.
Chef
But
Shah said, to take you back, when we started this conversation, we were not even talking about it. We were just talking about so many other things, Donald Trump, things that were not important. You joined at the right time. Don't worry, you did not miss anything.
but I feel like if what do I want to say? Like the only way out of situations like that is to just talk about it with the person. I don't think you can keep doing guesswork if you're like married to someone. I feel like at some point you would have to have a conversation about it and say, hey, you could try stuff, but you have to have the conversation, and the person also has to understand themselves to be able to tell you what they want. Like that's just the truth.
What
sex conversation is is something that needs to be encouraged. Because a lot of people shy away from this conversation.
Can you add some 2 cents to this, right? And what I'm hoping for that we can extract out of this conversation is a baseline to start that communication process, right? You can't just walk up to somebody and be like, what do you like in sex? It's very confronting. You now, if I ask you what do you like in sex, you'd be like, you just say 1 or 2 things. You need to be able to make the person comfortable enough for them to tell you what, how, why,
Somebody
details.
that has removed their clothes in front of you, had sex with you, you're lying down on the bed with the person. It's not comfortable enough.
Okay.
Again, like I said, right? It's it boils down to the guy again, making the girl comfortable enough to have that conversation. But I don't think it should be like that. I feel like both, like, if you don't like something, you don't like it, right?
I recently, and I swear I'm ashamed to say it, but I recently found out. I think I saw it on TikTok or something. They say apparently the male G spot is in the anus.
Yes, yes,
Apparently. So
yeah.
I wouldn't know. They say it's in the anus. And some men were, what's the word? Some men were agreeing to it. So me, I was now thinking to myself, at what point in your life would you say, ah, Emmanuel said this, let me go and test it. so,
Who is the,
so,
who is
you see,
testing
they're
it?
saying it is.
Who is testing it now?
So that's
So,
what I'm saying. So you now, how,
mm,
at what point would you be comfortable enough to tell your wife that, okay, you want a stick or something? I don't know how they get to that place or get to that part.
so
Oh God.
I, I, I think, like, I don't want it,
Wait till
right? I
Adam,
don't want
I
to stick.
just to think about this thing, right? Wait till
Mhm.
because this G matter, this G spot software like this. I'm just thinking about it, right? What's really that spot for a man? Because we know, like, once a man ejaculate, that's it. You know, like, what's
That's
that?
what you've known to be it, but
So,
that's not
so
it.
wait, are you been G spotted
No.
normally?
But a French girl told me something about that, and I was like, "Are you serious?" She said, "Yeah." And then apparently, it's very common information. Like, it's most women know it, and the women will tell you that most men do all like they stick stuff in men's ass, but like the men just don't talk about it. It's just between them and the women. That's it. I
So you
think
see that I'm saying that means the woman would have made them comfortable enough for them to share that piece of information with the woman.
I even think that the men did not even know it's the woman that told them about it.
I think because
That's
the Gabriel,
another
no,
level.
the
Because
Gabriel
I
men,
did
the
not know
Gabriel
it was
men,
the woman that was saying it, and I was
no,
like,
the
"Are you
Gabriel
serious?"
men
She
will
said,
know
"Yeah."
now. So the Gabriel men will
Okay,
know.
okay, yeah, true,
Hmm.
true. Yeah, true. That's right.
Those ones, the
Yeah, you're
guy,
right.
those guys are living the dream, man. If that's the fact, honestly, if
Praise
that's
will
the
go
fact,
home now. I want to try it.
You gotta put Corona beer inside your ass.
that's some crazy information, man.
I beg. All right. With
You
that,
must
with
break
these
the
few
real life
points,
bond.
I hope we've been able to communicate something. I hope you've learned one or two from today's conversation. Me, I've enjoyed it, and I feel
Praise
like
has learned where the G spot is for men.
uh, I, I saw him writing it down.
Oh, but we learn every day. That's
it's,
some crazy news, though.
it's 10 toes for some people. Yeah,
Mm.
daddy.
Let's go for the what the heck?
Sharon just they like this
Virgin,
topic. Sharon just the.
virgin.
Very informed being.
Mm.
Yeah,
And a Virgin Mary.
All right. Do you have any key takeaways? How would you want how do you want to summarize, love language and advice you have for people in terms
praise
of
now.
compatibility and everything? Praise, do you want to go first?
We just bring praise up first every now and then. Anyway, I think we've had a very great topic, and to me, I've learned so much, honestly. And I really think that, communication in relationships is really, really key. And talking about sexual affairs, if you are a couple, makes sense. You cannot just walk around and be talking about sex to any random person. You're gonna go to jail. You're gonna learn.
You gonna learn.
You're gonna learn. So if you're a couple, please do well to talk about, compatibility, because I don't understand why people don't talk about this, in their homes, even to the kids. That's why the kids will listen to strangers and wild things will happen. I think it should be a topic even in schools, discuss this, and because my daughter, for example, she knows all part of the body, bra. Like she knows her hand, head, eye, penis. She knows that that's my brother's penis. That's my like she knows this thing. So that if person go touch her, she go come back house, come tell us, say, they touch me here. We as in it was very intentional. I think that's something that we all should encourage and yeah, try to know where your G spot is. I just learned where mine potentially is. Thank you very much for that information. I guess stick.
I just learned.
Oh God, thank you.
Oh my God, I think. Oh my God.
Una de Chris.
How about
Oh
you,
God.
Emmanuel? Any
I
parting
don't really,
words?
I don't really party was friends. How was that the conclusion? Adam, please conclude. Let me end it.
Look, for me, it's simple, right? I feel like, in my opinion, and based on my limited experience, the most important or most relevant love language is quality time. You can't build something with somebody that you're not spending quality time with, and that's not Netflix. Quality time is when una dey gist, go on walks, you guys are exchanging thoughts, you share values. And the more time you spend with people or your loved ones, the more quality time you spend, the more comfortable they will be to start to tell you things. When they're comfortable, they'll now tell you that, look, my G spot, it in my ear. Oh. If you tickle on like this, it will make me happy. You understand? And lastly, on sex, Emmanuel, this is for people like you that are uninformed.
Mm.
Toys. One word, toys. Go to the shops, go and try, go and check out things, test things, go with your partner, explore. And I know that we are very guarded with all these kind of things, with a fear, but it is worth the risk. You try them, if you don't like it, you dump it. But yes,
But
That's why Daper is
explore.
here.
are the toys not for the like the women want
Oh,
toys?
it's
They should get
absolutely for
toys.
the women, not for you.
Most women already have the toys, right? So
Yeah, but toys that you people can use together.
together.
So, with these few words, I hope you are convinced
Adam.
and not confused.
Oh God, today's conversation.
Love you, boys. Bye.
All right, see you guys later.